I shorted the hell out of that thing at 38.
Welcome aboard. Activate.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's up, everybody? What about that train today? What about that train?
Stops.
Man, what about that train? Stingham and John on
Yeah.
ReCap,
I
March
mean,
22nd.
guys, we're from the
I
future,
believe it's
guys,
Hump Day 2023.
and we hit that hump today. We hit the big hump.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man.
We hit the hump. We hit the hump. We went right back to where we have been talking about.
Man, a spot on again.
I
Spot
mean,
on again.
it can't be. There's no way.
Yeah, I know.
No
There's no
way.
way that we could be right since January.
There's no way, Dobbs.
Man, we're in almost 3 months now.
It's
Something like
impossible.
that.
It's impossible.
Amazing.
Let's go to
Amazing,
the charts.
amazing. Yeah, let's get to the charts, man.
Get the chart.
Fire today, man. Fire. Let me burn. Let me walk burning.
Let's
On
see.
fire.
This baby got walked up. It got
Mm.
walked up to our target.
Clock
Our
and target.
I mean, our
Clocks.
target's up here. Let's do time because I got time on this chart right here. Let's do time, right? This is halfback of the monthly. So we're going into 20 seconds. So this is our high of the month apparently right now. But we might not be done yet. Let's take that in consideration. We could be, but as of now, it looks like we're almost done. But let's take a look at the chart first. Our target up there was the day of the Fed's testimony. Why? Because we said they're gonna fix price. I mean, today kind of played out to a sense where they stalled it and then they went for it right before the meeting, right before they came out, right, Dobbs? You took that
Yep.
play, right? I mean, that wasn't a play for everybody to tell you the truth.
What play was that?
To take any play into this Fed.
Oh, when I took the 24 up.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it was there, but not really there. First, let me start by putting the rain.
Yeah, I was out before the Fed started talking though.
Yeah, and that's key. You have to exit before the Fed start talking.
Could I have made the move up? Yes, but what would have happened if it would have made the move down first?
Yes, and that's
So
the key.
take profits and close the book.
And it's not that these moves are, like I said, they're just taking the play from us. They're taking the play from. They're not doing much. They're just taking the play of what it should do. The randomness that people talk about in the market is really not there. It's not random. It really is.
No, it's not even close to being random.
So they're gonna tell you it's random and blah 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 because they don't understand it. Here,
Sit on your hands.
yeah, we just listened to somebody say, "Sit on your hands," because they didn't know what was going on. It was scary to hear that. Very scary to hear.
We don't sit on our hands at Stingham Trading. We trade every market every single day.
We trade these times like nothing. Okay, we trade time, not price. We don't care about price. We have direction.
Yep.
We do not care about price. And yesterday we were supposed to do something that we didn't do. That was another key factor. Let's put these fibs on here from top to bottom. Okay. My God, Dobbs, look how that lined up. Can't be, Dobbs.
No, can't. Look.
That doesn't work out. Dobbs, that doesn't work, Dobbs. That's not how the market moves. I mean,
no.
Now, can you sell this down? Absolutely not. You can't sell this down. Like I said, they take the play from us, and
You gotta look. These are multiple days.
Yeah,
multiple days. What happened right here? This is one day.
Straight move up. I mean, that's literally from Monday. We talked about this going into the Fed meeting. They're gonna run it up. We told you what price they were gonna go to. I mean, we said that it's probably gonna be a sell up there. I mean, Literally, it's not really a sell anytime in the market. It's really just taking profit. And let's look
Just
at,
taking profit, pulling back, a big pullback.
well, is it really a pull? So this is the key factor for this. Is it really a big pullback?
I think they're just getting orders in.
Yeah, I think so too. So let's go back to yearly and let's do a scenario of this. And we've done it the whole year. We don't care about the yearly realistically, but we're gonna take this low, we're gonna take this high, right? Because that's our last high, right? Actually, let's take this high, make it look a little bit more presentable right there. Now we're above that. So
And we made a higher low
is it
again.
a
I'll be
high?
damned.
Is it a sell on the yearly? I mean,
I'll be damned. I'll be damned. We
this
talked about
isn't there.
this.
Let's see. It's not the yearly though. It's not the yearly Dobbs.
Oh,
We
okay.
are
Oh
doing
man, you had me excited.
no.
Hmm.
So we are doing at this point. We are high. Right. Oh boy, high, low, halfback. So once again, we are at a crucial point right here. So high, low, halfback. Right. Let's take the bodies of the candles and let's see. Let's see where we lay at. High, low, halfback.
Look at
Same,
their market.
same price.
Where is the T, right, man? I'll tell you what, man. My eyes are trained
So
like a cat, like a lion.
and let's take a big look at this. Big look. We talked about this before. Look where they put. I want you to see where they put everything. Remember the big candle on the yearly. I keep talking about this big candle right here. This big candle right here.
Well, we above it. We above it.
We're still hitting the high of this. And look where they put it today. Look where they put it back. Guess what? This is a halfback.
Mm-hmm.
This day was never tested for a halfback.
I believe we talked about this.
Yeah, we talked about this, that we might pull back into this halfback. And look where we're at. So they're testing people to see how they react to this.
Shaking them out. Shaking them out.
They're shaking them out and trying to create this sense of, the market's failing, is falling off. Now don't get me wrong. We come into tomorrow and we're underneath this price. We're underneath here. We go underneath here tomorrow. It's going to be a problem. But remember what they did after the range closed today. So it was very important to take that into consideration. The range closed and it sold off very aggressively.
Yeah, but it's taking profit.
Yeah, but we're way past like our London close range, which could literally head us for a sell-off. So we could have continuation to the downside. Now, if we get back down here, and the Feds, the news that they came out with was that they're close to stopping the interest rate hikes. So at this point, it's very crucial that you're going to see that the market is going to get very volatile because that they're thinking maybe by June they're done with hikes. So for me, I feel like they're still going to move it up. I'm not sure. I don't care realistically because we're going to set up and trade it for what it's doing. But if we get down here and this comes down to this low, you can forget about it. We're definitely coming. We're coming here. So we got to prepare for what the case scenario is. If this starts getting bought up and by Friday we're above this halfback, we're definitely going to this high right here. Possibly breaking out from those highs. Now it's going to get very ugly up here near the highs. So I don't know how they'll do it, but if the crucial point is, look where they put it. They put it at an area that if we break down, it's possibly going to go down, but you better believe that they're going to play with it here. So maybe having a open and a closed day tomorrow will have more direction of this. If we continue, say that we pull back up, did a halfback, come back down, start holding a low, and then take off into Friday, that's a big possibility. Because the fact that we came back to a halfback, it's literally doing what it should be doing. It's not selling off like, oh my God, it's a big sell-off.
But it's still showing the low high halfback, so it still should continue up.
Yes. So the sense of
should
that we're still in this upward trend. And if you look at
they're just grinding it. If you look at them candles right there, you can even tell that they're just grinding. They're grinding.
Yeah. So
look at it back and forth and grinding. They're just getting orders in, man.
So when people think that this stuff's gonna sell off, look like this, how it sold off from here, and they bought it back up. So you gotta be careful. And remember, last time the Feds talked, the market went straight up. And I told Dobbs, I said, it's probably going to be dangerous if the market comes down. And they set up for that. So they literally set up for that. They did high, low, halfback, and they sold off from that halfback.
Mm-hmm.
So they were already, if you look at the chart, they were already prepared to break that halfback. It was just it was literally, they wanted to get up to fix the market from where they sold it off, which is the price that we indicated up here at the highs, right?
Start over.
And start over, because they should have never done this up here. They should have never sold off this day with the banks. And look, we're literally at the same price. It's kind of like a reset of what had happened here. We were here holding the lows. So if we start holding these lows and make our way up, we could possibly go and trade above highs. So the possibility is there, but they put it in a place that be cautious of what it's doing. Now we break below, our first target.
The only thing I didn't like, they broke that short-term high right here. They broke it and fell below it. So that's what I really don't like on this whole chart.
But on let's go on a small time frame. Now let's analyze this a little bit. Because looking on the small time frame, they traded up here, right? And look how it broke structure down. And this candle is literally our 1545 candle. So it's gonna get volatile because of what it did, and it's already moving up. So you got to think,
because they're at the low. They're at the low of the candle. What are they doing? Buying.
So if this boosts back up, it's probably going to be a sell up here, but when it comes back down, it's going to be the real test.
They could try to make the turn on this short term here.
Yep, and then make like a
double, get above it, do this, and then go.
Do like a double bottom, like a double bottom here, like a low, lower low, higher low, and that's very dangerous. So if we move it to a bigger time frame, you'll see it. So if we look, we're holding this low, right? This is where we broke out from to the top side.
Yep.
We're still above the 200 too.
That's the low. I mean, that's the short-term high that has to hold right there. That one you just pointed out right here. Yeah. That level, we got to hold to get above it to go up.
Yeah, and we're still above the 200. Remember, yesterday we were supposed to come down to this area, and they ran it up.
And we're at halfback.
Yeah. So look at it right there. It looks very dangerous to be like, this is a continuation play. They could rip it up, seeing what they did, and it could be literally a dip buy because there was no pullback from this Monday play down here.
Mm-hmm. It was just straight go, pretty much.
Straight up, 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 up. And then look, it was supposed to pull back here at least. Well, this is today, but this day I think it was supposed to pull back to at least this area.
Right, halfback, which it didn't.
Went, and we were looking at it yesterday, and we said that this should have pulled back, and we discussed it and said, look how they position all those halfbacks. Look where it should have gone. Mm-hmm. It should have came back.
What did they do by doing that? They bought time.
Look where's that right now. So
they bought a day.
Yeah, if you take this high, we should have broke down right here and came down.
Yep.
Here. But look where we're at right now.
Next day.
Fixing it, price, how they were just running it up with no pullback. In this day, there was no pullback. So guess what it did? It actually closed the gap from this day. Monday's gap got closed today on the drop.
Yes, I was going to mention that. I was waiting for somebody to mention that in the chat, and nobody mentioned it.
So think about that. So close the gap. Now is it a gap and go?
If it holds, it will be. It's going to go.
It's going to be a gap and go. So be cautious of what it's doing. Set up for it, because the range, like I just put it, we are out of range completely to the downside. And
are we? I mean, we're at halfback.
Yeah, we're at halfback, but I mean,
so are we really out of range? I mean,
from today's range, we're out.
They had to make up for yesterday's range.
So when they do that, they're gonna trick you in thinking that we're going
out of range, and you're really not.
And they're going into the other direction. We just fixed ourselves from yesterday, what we should have done. So this move down was supposed to come down here, and we talked about this. And I said, oh, they're not gonna sell it. I know what they're doing. They're going to run it all the way up to our price, our target price.
Just happened to be a Fed meeting today.
Yep. And it's the same thing as the Fed meeting that day with the Senate. So think about it. Right. They literally went fixed price, and they went right back to where it should have been. In fact, they went back to where the bank sold it from. which is before we took off here. This is the banks on Thursday. Boom, sold it off from. This is where we started recovering to go fix that. Now look what they do at the end of the day. The same thing.
Yep.
So what are they doing? They're trying to convince people. This sell-off was the banks. This day we were supposed to come up here. We were supposed to start making our way up here until Friday. Look, Thursday, Friday, we were gonna go hit that high. So what's the possibility that we're doing Thursday again, right? Here we're going into Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. We come up here and guess where we're back at on Friday? Back to that high where we sold off from. Because this is too much of a sell-off straight down. That means that there's orders here that weren't filled.
You got orders from top to bottom.
Yep. And that's a big candle. So,
So
when you
now
see
they're probably gyrate and fill them up.
and it did it during the day when I said, look at this candle, what they did in the day. That candle right there was not normal. Look. And I said, this is like a trap. It went all the way to the target to hit it, and then they sold it off straight down. So they knew what they were doing. These candles are not, let me buy into it. Where's the entry? You could have bought down here.
The halfback of that
The
candle.
fact that this shoots up like this, and this is literally
you better got out.
a 16, yeah, it's a 16, it's a 31 to 47.
About 15, 16 point candle. Yeah.
In one, and if you look at a small time frame, it literally went. Like these candles don't. Right there, that's not normal. See, that's not normal. When they did that, that wasn't normal.
So no pullback whatsoever. Just boom,
No
boom, boom,
hitting
boom,
the
boom.
line or nothing. Nobody can get in this, so they have to pull it back. So literally, what they did was like, oh, everybody short at the bottom. Okay, so boom, they just squeezed them up.
Yep.
And that's all they did. So here, people are like, oh, I'm in it long. And they're
Yep.
like,
We'll go back to it.
right. Yeah.
Let's go back where we started.
Yeah. So, and if you had the ranges on there, you knew exactly what they did because they hit the top and then sold off. What are you buying? The highs?
Nope.
We're not buying the highs.
Hell no.
You have to be cautious when this thing is when you think it's a breakout when it's not. Remember, most of the time when this already breaks out, we're already done with our play.
Mm-hmm.
So think about that. Most of the time when this thing's taking off, we already got
our points and we're
got
out.
the chaser in there or something, but
right.
Really is
in a runner.
Yep.
Usually have a runner at that time.
So all this kind of worked out to what we thought it was going to do. Right now, it is not in an area you could say that, oh, this is continuation. Can it continue? Yeah, the sell-off could continue. But realistically, it probably dip a little bit more, get people more in it. And maybe if we come down to 200, it's going to be interesting because the bounce from the 200, if we come down to 200, the bounce from the 200 is going to go right back to that price. And if they buy it through that price very strongly, this thing's going to take off because they have now less time that they know that the Feds are going to pivot. They know that they're going to pivot soon. So they have less time to move it up. So the fact that they have less time to move it up, and if they're going to buy it up, this thing's going to take off.
Well, I was actually shocked that we broke the whole number myself.
But think about it. How many people are going to be like, yo, I'm selling? So think about the volatility that's going to create. At the end of the day, how many options were like, yo, this thing's about to break down completely. They're probably heavy with the options. And look how it's moving already back up. It's already moving back up, which is dangerous. It's very dangerous what it could do. Now it could continue. Don't get me wrong. We could be completely wrong about that. Could be completely wrong about the movement, but the range is going to play out from yesterday's, I think, because of right now where is that. And it could trade like that into Thursday and Friday. By Friday, we'll have a decision. Will A be underneath that high and under 200, and we'll be going back to that halfback on the yearly, which is literally. Did I take all I can? Yep, I did. I'm put another chart on. Right here. So right there. If we are under this price and we stay under this price, right, it's going to go right back here. And I don't think that's going to hold it. If we're moving aggressively down, I don't think that's going to hold it. I think we're going to swing the lows. Sweep the lows down there. Sweep that low. Because we held these lows, held this low. If it's going to be a real tank, if we don't hold this high, it's going to just keep on rolling down. Now, the vice versa is by the end of the week, we're above this 39.74 still, or we do something like this possibly, which I don't think we go back to this 200. I really don't. But if we do go back there, you're going to get a bounce from there to 200 to that price and then possibly a sell if we do that scenario. If not, this thing's just going to go, it's going to do a half back up here, hold the low of this previous candle, right? Where all those orders are at, hold that low, and then we're going to go like that into the end of the week and possibly come back up here and see that high. Because or it could be a small candle here and then we wick into that candle. We wick into that candle like that and then take off. So it'll be a bounce back tomorrow for half back to correct that drop, come back, hold the half back of that green candle, possibly sweep this low again, but we're going to see it. That if we hold that half back of tomorrow's candle into Friday, we're going to get a move up. If not, we're going to do the opposite right here, which is literally going to be down to 200, bounce up to this high, reject there very hard, and then it's just going to it's going to be a bloodfest to the downside, depending on what they do.
Yeah, it definitely could be a bloodfest.
Yeah, it could be a bloodfest.
Could be. It could.
But it all relies on that area right there. And if we get to the 200, it's probably going to bounce. If not, it's going to go right through a 200. Because this is literally now, how many times we test that 200 now? Went above it, couldn't get above it, couldn't get above it, couldn't get above it, boom, held it. That's another reason why today is kind of interesting, that if that was a real sell-off, why didn't we go to the 200 straight? You know what I mean? Why didn't we hit that 200? I mean, how's this halfback holding right here? You know, it's kind of interesting. The other scenarios, we come to the 200, we bounce very strong, and we start rolling up. But I think the amount of time that they have left to move this to the upside, because when they pivot, that's going to be when they're going to do it. Like they're going to really sell this off. But right now, I don't think, you know, they're thinking June. So that's literally the end of the second quarter, because they anticipate bad earnings. So that way it'll all fall in line. That it'll start to take place, the whole sell-off of the market. Right now, we haven't sold off from the year high. We're literally a halfback. So high, low, halfback. Okay. If we're above halfback, is it really a sell? Not really. So it could continue. It could go a little bit sideways, but I doubt it. I mean, we're still getting a good range. Even if we got 60 points, we're literally getting, you could get out of 60 points, every market, you're going to get 10 to 15 points that you could get. All you need is 5 to 10 points. And the setup works for you in order to get that. You just got to trust in and don't be biased of what it's doing. Because everybody's going to say, oh, the market is going to sell off. Big sell off today. Continuation tomorrow. Yes, it could continue into Asia. And more likely it will. But remember, what happens after midnight? It usually goes the opposite direction.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're selling off into Asia and midnight starts buying it, then you start thinking, whoa, we're gonna go back up to the highs. Now we break midnight price, then it's in trouble. Because that to me will be like, oh, okay, so I don't even think we go all the way to 200. So right now they're just buying this thing up anyway. It's got to correct itself from that drop. And that's another reason they drop it like that, because they know that price has to stabilize itself and go back to the highs. So before any of that even happens, it's going to do a high, low, halfback, and it's got to reject a candle on the yearly. So it's got to do this kind of rejection right here. This was a rejection right here. Look, halfback was rejected and it sold off, right? This halfbacks were rejected and it sold off. This is not a real rejection, right? This was not a real rejection. That's why price came back up here. There was no rejection of the halfback. But look, this candle as well wasn't rejected. Now around here, look, these candles were rejected. Boom, right there. And we went 2 days low. So if we're really selling off, how come that scenario doesn't exist in this candle right now? It doesn't. The scenario is we're going back to a halfback. So if it's a true sell-off, we should come up to this halfback, fix ourselves, and then make a decision if we're going to continue to sell off. Now, if we get above that halfback, this thing's probably going to be rolling to the high side. But that will be the key to get that. Usually, candles won't like for today to be a real significant sell off. We would have to drop below the 200, I think, or hit the 200 and then have a bounce up. But we didn't do that, and they're not going to do that. They're probably not going to do that in Asia. It's probably going to go fix itself because of where we went. We went back to a halfback, and we're kind of out of that range. So it's going to try to fix itself. And
where was Asia's open last night?
We're literally all the way at the highs. Anyway, Dobbs, that's it for me. Great day. It hit our target that we been projecting since when? Since damn, Dobbs, we've been projecting since earlier this month, right? Since they sold off. I guess the bank sold off.
Yeah, pretty much.
Back up there, and then we said they're going back up to the banks to fix themselves, and then they went to 55, where we literally said they're going back up there. Trust us. Trust the system. It works.
It does work. Knowing where price is headed is our edge. We know how the market moves. If you don't believe us, come check us out. We do it every day, all three markets. We got you covered.
You don't have to sit on your hands.
No, you don't have to sit on your hands. The risk of loss in trading securities, options, futures, forex, and commodities can be substantial and are not suitable for all investors. You must consider all relevant risk factors, including your own personal financial situation, before trading. Do not use money you cannot afford to lose, guys. That's why I recommend we use prop firms. You assume the risk in all. Let me back up and say that again. You assume the risk of any and all financial investments you make, because at Stangam Trading, we do not tell you where to enter or get out, but we show you how to read the chart. Ain't that right, John?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Any time pass by, don't know why I'm losing my mind. Ego was so strong inside. At this point I just live the lie. I just live
Now
the
check us
lie.
out. You ain't got nothing to
Wish
lose.
I could tell you why. Wish I could feel you again, but I know it's too late, and I know you're away. There's a chance to apologize. No, no, no. It's a goodbye, just a goodbye. Forever and ever, you never come back. Just a goodbye, forever goodbye. I sit in my ride, thinking about you. Drive through the night, I got nothing to lose. Strobe city lights, they can tell me the truth. Tell me what I should do, I got nothing to lose. I got nothing to lose, thinking about you. Drive through the night, I got nothing to lose. Strobe city lights, they can tell me the truth. Tell me what I should do, I got nothing to lose. I sit in my so many time passed by. I saw you last time. This is my last ride. I wish we're gonna see us on the other side.